What it is, what it do. How the hell are all of you? Which yours truly, Petra, fucking back with another mother lover. You already know the deal. Grab a smoke, grab your drink, and lock in with your boy, because we back with another one. Now, this one's going to be a little different. It's going to be Playboy The Beast, Street Soldier's Anthem. Excuse me again, I've been smoking, ate some edibles and shit. Forgive you, boy. Anyways, so, Playboy got sentenced to 6 months fed time for his role in what happened on January 6th. Now, we all know that is some bullshit. We all know that shit. It's fucked up, and my prayers go out to him and his family for real. He is definitely hands down one of my top 5 favorite artists when it comes to his music, interactions. He's one of the only artists I know you could reach out to him and this motherfucker hit you back. Not that there's not other artists out there, but Playboy, man, that's a special case of a motherfucker right there, bro. And to know that he done changed the whole life and everything for that shit to come back and bite him. You know, use lyrics and your past and shit. Like, man, that you just was they was throwing shit at the wall and hoping it stuck. You know what I mean? That's the bullshit. And again, so a lot of reactions probably gonna be from whatever, because Playboy said he got a bunch of shit dropping. And his stories and his bars are some of my favorite shit to break down. Whether it's non-political or it's political. Some of my favorite shit. So that being said, let's get into the Street Soldier's Anthem. Let's bang this shit like it owes us some money. You already know what we do with the comments, bruh. So we got Killdozer. That's a motherfucking savage. They ain't ready for this one. Proud of my motherfucking boys. Salute. Keep moving forward with Keep Your Head Up, bro. The music you've been coming out with is fire. Much respect. Another banger from Playboy The Beast. Keep up the good work, bro. Speaking the facts we all need to hear in order to keep our sanity. A future OG rap artist in the making. Hey, this shit goes hard as hell, bro. Dope shit, bro. Amazing to see the progression and how much you've evolved, bro. Keep killing it. Now we're going to jump into this shit, like I said, like it owes us some money. Let's get it. Now that jersey's dope as fuck. Let's get it. Let's just get that shit. Let's shit's dope. Nasty beat. I like the beginning of that shit. Reminds me of Twisted Metal Black, you know what I mean? Hood version.
Street soldiers, I'm a conservative thug. Bring your sets up in the sky if you really rockin' with us. Street soldiers, we some.
Now that shit's funny, bro. That first line right out of the gate. I'm a street soldier, I'm a conservative thug. Now, as you can see, this motherfucker is built like a brick shit house. Yadded up. Got a motherfucking dog that look like it eat your face for breakfast for fun. Man oozes thuggery, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But the conservative part, it was crazy, man. When Trump was in office, it was crazy as fuck how many street motherfuckers really came out. It was like, nah, we rock with that motherfucker. Like, what? And then if it wasn't with him, it was like, yo, no, y'all done went way too motherfucking far, bro, to the left. Now we gotta rock with these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like, there was a lot of motherfuckers, bro. There was a lot of rappers that definitely came up and made moves during that era because of how big the movement was. You know what I mean? How big it still is. Because look at the growth of these motherfuckers. Playboy still got a healthy motherfucking audience, and this dude gets banned like once a week on Facebook. It's just crazy.
Conservative thugs might have came up in the streets, but this the country we love. Street soldiers, I'm a conservative thug. Bring your sets up in the sky if you really rockin' with us. Street soldiers, we some conservative thugs might have came up in the streets, but this the country we love.
And like you said, we might have came up in the streets, but this is the country we love, you know. I think there's a misconception a lot of the times. I would say there's a misconception that people think gangsters and gangbangers and thugs and shit don't love the country, bro. Like, you think them motherfuckers ain't hip to what goes on and what they need to be hip to? Like, that's crazy to think for people to think that you wouldn't love your country because you was involved in some shit that really didn't even involve them. You know what I mean? Let's keep it a buck.
That's how I'm living, but I came from the streets. I did some time locked up in prison, used to bang in the streets. The militant, this ain't no game, homie, they playing for keeps. So every day I train for war, but I be praying for peace. So when it pops,
this motherfucker did a bunch of motherfucking time, and I think we can all relate to that one motherfucking line, that we be training for war, but we be praying for peace. You know what I mean? That's a line that any real hood motherfucker can get behind, because ain't nobody want to get up and have to go to war every day, but sometimes you gotta train for that shit every day and just hopes that peace is there. You know what I mean? Let's keep it 100.
I'll be ready, no treading on me, I'm deadly. 2 shotties and 2 machetes, I'm holding this line steady. I'm ready to die, go kamikaze, so come and get me. I'm ready to get your body, I pray to God to protect my gas.
Ooh, run that shit back.
Ready, no treading on me, I'm deadly. 2 shotties and 2 machetes, I'm holding this line steady. I'm ready to die, go kamikaze, so come and get me. I'm ready to get your body, I pray to God to protect my gas.
Now, that right there, you motherfuckers that hold that line, bro. He's saying you can come kamikaze, but he's ready to catch a body. You know, you can come however the fuck you want to come, recklessly, sneakily, however the fuck you want. But he's ready. He's towing. He's on that line. He's on them front lines. You know what I mean? And that's, man is speaking legit facts. Like that, he about to go do Fed time for being on the front lines. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking front lines like we run around Chicago or run around Compton or fucking Detroit or New York. I'm not saying none of that shit. This man went to the front lines for a protest, did everything the right way, the positive way, and still finna get sent off. That shit's crazy.
Politicians in the pockets of these lobbyists, they silence competition and doctrine.
Right there, man. Spit that shit, bro.
Politicians in the pockets of these lobbyists, they silence competition and indoctrinated narcologists.
Now, that right there, you know, when he dropped this shit, I think it was like a month ago. Well, we could check after the fact, but when he dropped this shit, the sentencing was still looming, right? He didn't know what it was going to be, what it was going to come out to, this, that, the other. So when he says crooked politicians with their lobbyists, and then you find out that, like, yo, the judge and this, that, the other shit that was involved in this case was certain president's appointee, like our current president's appointee, you know what I mean? So it just, it really is like you have, and we see this there, how look how many politicians is in that committee, bro, doing whatever they can, yeah, and you already know them motherfuckers is like, it ain't like they, come on, let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it 100 all day. The motherfuckers up in them politicians, you act like they're not friends with these judges? The fuck? Like, we know they are, bro. You ain't gotta lie. We know.
A big pharma in these corrupt pharmacologists. Carlson chauvinists will never be apologists. Don't want me no more because I'm rapping about politics. You'd rather hear me rap about popping Zans and Klonopin.
Now that right there, once when Playboy came out as a Proud Boy, man, I will never forget the motherfucking uproar of that shit. Just motherfuckers mad for no reason. Motherfuckers dipping off like he owed them something, this, that, the other, bro. Like, it was almost like, and this is something I think a lot of street rappers go through. I'm gonna keep it a buck. It's almost like they can't grow. You know what I mean? Like they can't grow past what somebody heard 5 years ago. Like, nah, man, we still want to hear that same shit. Go listen to that then, bro. That's why they put that shit out. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't have an artist come out like good example. Like we can use Playboy. Like if you use his Blast on Sight with Stevie Stone, right? He's not in the same position he was at that time. He's not in the same growth and this, that, the other as he is now versus back then. So you can't expect him to make that kind of music now if that's not what he's wanting to tell. Or if it's a story, he's just like, you know, I already kind of outlived it. I ain't got no reason to tell it no more. That's how I look at it. It's almost like street rappers can't grow outside of their only stories. And even everybody run out of stories eventually, bro. And it's not, and I shouldn't say like that because there's a million stories, but you can only put so many on paper. You can only put so many into music. And as you grow old, get older, some of those memories ain't what they once were. You know what I mean? Let's keep it 100.
Step to the odds when I'm loading clips full of politics. These traitors hate America. It's time that we acknowledge street soldiers. I'm a conservative thug. Throw your sets up in the sky if you really rockin' with us. Street soldiers. We some conservative thugs. Might have came up in the streets, but this the country we love. We street soldiers. I'm a conservative thug. Throw your sets up in the sky if you really rockin' with us. Street soldiers. We some conservative thugs. Might have came up in the streets, but this the country we love. Street soldiers in the urban came up on me fatigues. Out of my pedigree, these rappers can't spit harder than me. Said anybody can get it, you don't want no problem with me. I assembled a team of soldiers down to follow my lead. Now,
that right there, this man started a whole group before, bro, a whole brotherhood before, and had motherfucking, he's led the way. You know, this man's been the dude. So the fact that he's came out, started Street Soldiers, he's leading the way, and he's definitely paved the way, done showing motherfuckers how they can do it. He's done put people on. He's, you know, you can definitely see his growth and what he's doing with the Street Soldiers entertainment as a whole, right? Now, when it comes to his bars, he's slaying it right now. Like, he's literally telling you, like, this is what I did. This is how I've done it. This is how I'm going to keep doing it. Like, killing it.
This the country we love. Street soldiers in the urban came upon me fatigues. Out of my pedigree, these rappers can't spit harder than me. Said anybody can get it, you don't want no problem with me.
And he's proven nobody really wanted. Ain't nobody really ever pulled up after they said they was gonna. He's proven that time and time again. And when it comes to, like, bar for bar, diss for diss, he's also showing you really don't want those problems either. You know, like, let's keep it 100. And this man does numbers. So it's not like motherfuckers didn't hear his it's not like people haven't heard his disses and are trying to duck it.
I assembled a team of soldiers down to follow my lead. Shout out to all our POWs locked down in DC. Can't win in court, so we've been forced to take their bargains and pleas. We live to fight another day.
And it's sad doing it now, bro, hearing that line, because all the people out in DC, all the people being held fucking on some bullshit charges, that shit's crazy. And to know that, like, he gonna have to go do this, bro, that shit's crazy to me. It's fucked up. Like, y'all, like, reading the articles, listening to the news, podcast, and hearing just, it's literally like the book is being thrown at these motherfuckers for stuff that they just let happen wherever else. But, we got to throw the book this one motherfucking time as if it's going to change anything. Except ruin motherfuckers' lives for no reason.
I just thank God that I'm free. This a battle versus good and evil, then we on the right team. So if I gotta do some time, I still be reppin' BB. I hold it down behind them walls like I was still in the streets. I know they still coming for me until I'm locked up and dead. The federal government done really put a price on my head.
And that they did, man. But like he already said, he's gonna hold it down. He's already said it now that after the sentence came down, he's gonna hold that shit down. He got this shit, bro. Like, if you ever seen The Sopranos, there's a couple episodes where they talk about going to jail and doing the time on your head, you know what I mean? And there's one specific episode where Paulie was talking about purgatory. And he was like, man, I'll do all that time on my head. Like, when I think of, like, Playboy, like, you gonna do it on your head because you've already done this shit before, bro. Like, this ain't new to you now. It's not something you want to do, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And it's more beastly in my eyes. Like that's just some beast shit. You have to do it. You got to do it whether you want to or not. Prayers up to you. And I hope that everything works out better. You know what I mean? Because the only way up after this is up. Because then the feds ain't got that price no longer on his head.
Around the edges and don't take no shit. I've got a chip on my shoulder. Some people say I'm a prick, but I choose my battles wisely. Got a plan of attack. The art of war is what I've studied, so I'm moving with tact. The streets.
Now, man, I could see it. I could see why people say he's a prick. He's this, that, the other. Man, I don't get none of that shit. Playboy always been dope to me, man. Always been cordial. We've hundreds and hundreds of comments. I've messaged him before. I've showed him the fucking reactions, this, that, the other. Dude's always been dope. And it's always been, if you show him respect, he gonna show it back. Motherfuckers really just don't like him because he is who he is. He's motherfucking Playboy. Motherfuckers just mad.
Soldiers, I'm a conservative thug. Throw your sets up in the sky if you really rockin' with with us. Street soldiers, we some conservative thugs. Might have came up in the streets, but this the country we love. We street soldiers, I'm a conservative thug. Throw your sets up in the sky if you really rockin' with us. Street soldiers, we some conservative thugs. Might have came up in the streets, but this the country we love. Yeah.
You just a motherfucking savage, dog. It's just something that he gonna have to do, man. Something that is us fans, this motherfuckers that follow him, this, that, the other. It's just something that we gonna have to tough it out, and it's gonna keep sharing that shit, reacting to that shit, and pumping that shit out, and hoping that, like I said, everything works out well. Because dude's a fucking hustler, he's a grinder, so you already know he gonna be selling whatever feeds, putting out whatever work he gotta do, and that shit gonna pop. He got a whole album coming out, 4G Auto Blow. He got a whole motherfucking solo album coming out. Motherfuckers working. So those are things we can stay tuned for, look forward to, and definitely push that shit while he's in. You know what I mean? That's something we can do as fans. And I know you already know what it is. Stay blazed, stay blessed, stay safe. Stay tuned for the next reaction. Peace.